47 years after launch, Voyager 1 still phones home from 15 billion miles away, streaming evidence that the so-called void beyond our solar system is actually this roaring ocean of plasma waves and tangled magnetic highways, a realm it entered way back in August 2012. Translation: space isn't empty, it's honestly noisier and more structured than downtown traffic. Here's the punchline. Our entire solar system sits inside a local bubble blown by ancient supernovas, a galactic 5-star safe zone. Ever wondered what happens when that bubble finally bursts? New groundbreaking data. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's a 47-year-old spacecraft hurtling through the cosmic darkness 15 billion miles away from Earth. And it just sent back data that's making NASA scientists question everything they thought they knew about space. Voyager 1 has been our lone messenger in the vast emptiness between stars since August 2012, when it became the first human-made object to cross into interstellar space. But here's where things get absolutely insane. The information it's been beaming back isn't matching any of our predictions. We expected to find a boring, empty void out there, like some cosmic desert where nothing interesting happens. Instead, Voyager's instruments are detecting plasma density measurements that are completely off the charts. The space between stars is showing structures and patterns that shouldn't exist according to our current models of physics. It's like sending an explorer to map what you think is an empty wasteland, only to discover they've stumbled into a bustling metropolis with its own mysterious rules and hidden secrets. The cosmic ray data and magnetic field readings are revealing that interstellar space has layers, currents, and invisible highways that we never imagined. Every single day, Voyager 1 is essentially rewriting the textbooks on what exists in the space between stars. Unexpected patterns, galactic rays, and cosmic pressure. What if I told you that the cosmic rays hitting Voyager 1 right now are creating patterns so bizarre that physicists are literally losing sleep trying to figure out what they mean? We're talking about galactic cosmic ray fluctuations that are defying every single model we've built about how space works between the stars. These aren't just random particles bouncing around, they're forming systematic patterns that suggest there are massive, invisible structures out there acting like cosmic highways we never knew existed. The interstellar medium isn't the peaceful uniform soup we expected. Instead, Voyager's data is revealing that space between stars has its own weather systems, complete with pressure variations that are pushing back against our entire solar system with forces we never calculated. The magnetic field orientations are completely scrambled compared to our predictions, showing readings that look more like a cosmic storm than the gentle transition we anticipated. It's as if our solar system is a bubble floating in an angry ocean, and that ocean has currents, waves, and invisible forces that are actively shaping everything around us. The most mind-bending part? These galactic cosmic ray patterns are suggesting that interstellar space might have organized structures spanning light years, like finding out that what you thought was empty wilderness actually has invisible cities and roads connecting distant galaxies. Digital CPR. NASA revives a dying spacecraft. What happens when a 47-year-old spacecraft suddenly starts speaking gibberish from 15 billion miles away, and NASA engineers have to perform the most expensive tech support call in human history? That's exactly what happened in November 2023 when Voyager 1 began transmitting complete digital nonsense instead of the precious scientific data we desperately needed. We're talking about a spacecraft that's been humanity's most distant messenger, suddenly having what looked like a massive computer stroke in the middle of interstellar space. The flight data subsystem had corrupted itself, and NASA's engineers found themselves in an impossible situation. How do you troubleshoot a computer problem when your patient is further away from Earth than anything humans have ever built? Every single command they sent took 22.5 hours just to reach Voyager, and then they had to wait another 22.5 hours for any response. It was like performing brain surgery with a 45-hour delay between each instruction. The team had to get incredibly creative, developing digital CPR techniques that had never been tried before on such an ancient system. They couldn't just restart it like your laptop. One wrong move, and they could lose humanity's only functioning probe in interstellar space forever. The pressure was absolutely crushing because Voyager 1 wasn't just malfunctioning, it was our only window into the mysteries of space between the stars. And that window was rapidly closing. A new kind of map, Voyager's role in galactic GPS. Right now, Voyager 1 is doing something that would make Christopher Columbus jealous. It's actually creating the first ever map of the space between stars, basically becoming humanity's galactic GPS system. While we've been obsessing over mapping every street corner on Earth with satellites, this 47-year-old explorer has been quietly surveying an entirely different kind of territory, some 15 billion miles away. The plasma wave instrument aboard Voyager isn't just detecting random signals. It's picking up actual sounds in interstellar space. Now these aren't sounds you could hear with your ears, but they're vibrations in the plasma that are telling us incredible stories about the three-dimensional structure of our cosmic neighborhood. Every data packet Voyager sends back is like receiving a postcard from an alien landscape, revealing magnetic field strengths, plasma densities, and boundary regions that are helping scientists create detailed maps of how our local corner of the galaxy is organized. The most incredible part? These maps are showing us cosmic territories and invisible borders between different regions of interstellar space that, honestly, we never even knew existed. It's kind of like discovering that space has neighborhoods, districts, and highways connecting different galactic regions. Voyager's measurements are creating navigation charts that future interstellar missions will use to plot courses between stars, turning science fiction dreams of galactic exploration into actual mappable reality. Interstellar weather, cloudlets, filaments, and the local bubble. Did you know that interstellar space has its own weather forecast, complete with cosmic storms, fog banks, and invisible highways stretching across distances that would take light thousands of years to cross? Voyager 1 has discovered that the space between stars isn't the empty vacuum we imagined. It's actually a dynamic, living environment filled with interstellar cloudlets that behave like massive cosmic weather systems. And these aren't just small puffs of space dust we're talking about. These cloudlets are thousands of times larger than our entire solar system, each one carrying its own unique temperature, density, and chemical signature. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Our entire solar system is actually floating inside something called the local bubble, a massive cavity in space that was carved out by ancient supernova explosions millions of years ago. It's kind of like living inside a cosmic soap bubble that's 300 light-years across. Voyager's instruments are detecting filamentary structures that connect these regions. Think of them as invisible cosmic highways, where matter flows between stars like traffic on a galactic freeway. The interstellar medium has layers, currents, and boundaries that create a three-dimensional landscape that's honestly more complex than anything we see on Earth. Every measurement Voyager sends back is revealing that space between stars has geography, climate zones, and weather patterns that make interstellar space look more like an alien ocean than the empty void we expected to find. The legacy beyond the mission. What happens when a tiny spacecraft launched during the disco era becomes humanity's greatest ambassador to the cosmos and changes how we think about our place in the universe forever? Voyager 1's legacy extends far beyond just collecting space data. This 1977 marvel has become a symbol of human ambition that's still inspiring engineers, scientists, and dreamers almost 5 decades later. The golden record it carries isn't just a nostalgic time capsule. It's actually a profound statement about who we are as a species, containing sounds of Earth, music from different cultures, and greetings in 55 languages that will outlast our entire civilization. But here's what's truly incredible. The engineering breakthroughs NASA developed to keep Voyager alive are revolutionizing space missions today. The power management techniques that squeeze every last watt from its dying radioisotope thermoelectric generator, the long-distance communication protocols that maintain contact across 15 billion miles, and the autonomous decision-making systems that let it survive without human intervention for months. All of this technology is being adapted for current Mars rovers, deep space probes, and future interstellar missions. Voyager 1 proved that when humans commit to something for the long haul, when we build something designed to last decades instead of just years, we can achieve absolutely extraordinary things. It's not just exploring space, it's showing us what's possible when we dare to think beyond our own lifetimes. So what's really out there? What if everything we thought about the void beyond our solar system was utterly wrong, hiding secrets that could, rewrite the story of the cosmos? Voyager 1's latest revelations are making us question not just what's out there, but why it matters to us down here on Earth. Since crossing into interstellar space in August 2012, this Hubble probe has shown that the space between stars isn't just a backdrop. It's actually an active player in the grand cosmic drama. It turns out our local bubble, that vast cavity carved by ancient supernovae, is more than a quiet neighborhood. It's a cosmic sanctuary, offering a relatively calm environment where our solar system could flourish undisturbed by stellar storms. But the bombshell? Voyager's plasma wave instrument recorded a sudden change in plasma density last year that hinted at a hidden reservoir of charged particles, what scientists now call the cosmic oasis. This oasis isn't just a neat trivia fact, it suggests that regions like ours might be rare havens where life stands a fighting chance. If other star systems find themselves in harsher, more turbulent pockets of the galaxy, the odds for life there could be dramatically lower. In short, Voyager 1 has given us our first glimpse of the galaxy's real estate market, and it appears we snagged one of the prime lots. As humanity looks toward future interstellar missions, these findings will guide us toward the most hospitable regions for exploration, and maybe one day, colonization. Our little golden messenger has not only mapped out the highways between the stars but also pointed us to the best rest stops along the way. The technicals. Ever wondered how 1970s technology is still outsmarting the most advanced computers we have today while floating in the cosmic darkness 15 billion miles from home? Voyager 1 is, well, essentially a flying museum of ancient tech that's performing miracles every single day using components that were cutting edge when disco was king. This incredible machine runs on a radioisotope thermoelectric generator that converts radioactive decay directly into electricity. A power source so reliable it's been humming along for almost half a century without missing a beat. The plasma wave subsystem, magnetometer, cosmic ray subsystem, and low-energy charged particle instrument are all functioning way beyond their planned lifespans, using integrated circuits and computer processors that, honestly, have less computing power than your smartphone's calculator app. The spacecraft's attitude control system relies on hydrazine thrusters, basically tiny rocket engines, to keep its high-gain antenna pointed precisely at Earth across the vast emptiness of space. Here's the mind-blowing part. Every component on Voyager was designed using slide rules and mechanical calculators by engineers who had never seen a personal computer. The fact that this 1977 masterpiece can still transmit coherent data across interstellar distances using technology that predates the internet is absolutely staggering. It's like watching a rotary phone successfully make video calls to alien civilizations. Proof that brilliant engineering and solid craftsmanship can outlast any technological trend. Digital CPR aftermath and data recovery. What if I told you that the most dramatic tech resurrection in history happened 15 billion miles away from Earth, and the aftermath revealed decades of lost scientific treasures that we thought were gone forever? After months of digital CPR on Voyager 1, NASA engineers didn't just bring their dying patient back to life, they managed to perform the equivalent of digital archaeology on a spacecraft that's further from home than anything humanity has ever built. The data recovery process that followed Voyager's November 2023 crisis was like opening a cosmic time capsule that had been sealed for years. Engineers discovered that Voyager's memory banks had been quietly storing scientific measurements from interstellar space that had never been transmitted back to Earth. We're talking about plasma density readings, magnetic field data, and cosmic ray measurements that filled in crucial gaps in our understanding of the space between stars. The recovery team had to develop entirely new error correction techniques and data reconstruction methods that had never been tested on such ancient hardware. They essentially became digital detectives, piecing together corrupted data fragments like assembling a cosmic jigsaw puzzle. The most incredible part? This entire data recovery operation has become a masterclass in long-distance troubleshooting that will guide future deep space missions for generations. Voyager 1 didn't just survive its digital near-death experience, it emerged stronger, with a treasure trove of previously hidden secrets about interstellar space that are still being analyzed today. The Cosmic Oasis Revelation. What if humanity just discovered that we've been living in the cosmic equivalent of a five-star resort this entire time, and we never even knew it? Voyager 1's most groundbreaking revelation isn't just about what's out there in interstellar space. It's about the incredible realization that our local bubble is actually a cosmic oasis, a rare sanctuary in the galaxy that's been protecting and nurturing life on Earth for millions of years. The plasma density measurements and magnetic field data that Voyager has been beaming back are showing us that our solar system isn't just randomly floating through space. We're residing in one of the galaxy's most exclusive neighborhoods. This 300 light-year-wide bubble, carved out by ancient supernova explosions, has created a relatively calm region of space that's shielded us from the harsh galactic cosmic rays and interstellar storms that bombard most other star systems. The particle densities and magnetic field configurations in our cosmic oasis are so perfectly balanced that they've allowed our solar system to develop and evolve without major disruptions for billions of years. It's like discovering that Earth isn't just in the Goldilocks zone around our sun. Our entire solar system is in the Goldilocks zone of the galaxy. This cosmic oasis revelation suggests that regions like ours might be incredibly rare cosmic havens where life has the best chance to emerge and thrive, making us not just lucky to exist, but extraordinarily privileged to call this corner of the universe home. Before you go, remember this. Voyager 1 has shown us that space is a dynamic, ever-changing frontier filled with mysteries waiting to be unraveled. If you're as amazed as we are by our cosmic oasis and interstellar revelations, make sure you're part of the journey here on InnoVision Tech. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update, subscribe for cutting-edge space and tech insights, and let us know in the comments. What discovery blew your mind today? Until next time, keep looking up. What if I told you that in 2017 humanity received its first confirmed visitor from another star system, and we almost missed it completely? This mysterious object, traveling at 26 kilometers per second, defied every law of physics we thought we understood, accelerating away from the sun without any visible explanation. Here's the mind-blowing part. Some of the world's top scientists now believe we may have just witnessed our first encounter with alien technology. Did you know that Oumuamua is still the only confirmed interstellar object we've ever detected, and it's already gone forever? Oumuamua initial detection. On October 19, 2017, the universe delivered humanity its first confirmed interstellar messenger, and it caught us completely off guard. The Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii was conducting routine asteroid surveys when astronomers Robert Warwick and his team spotted something extraordinary streaking across the starfield at unprecedented velocity. This wasn't just another space rock cataloged in their database. It was moving too fast, coming from the wrong direction, and following a trajectory that immediately screamed outsider to anyone familiar with solar system dynamics. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger from afar arriving first, recognizing that this discovery would fundamentally change our understanding of what lurks in the spaces between stars. Within hours of the initial detection, telescopes around the world were frantically tracking this mysterious visitor as it hurtled past Earth at 26 kilometers per second, speeds that dwarfed anything gravitationally bound to our sun. The object had already completed its closest approach to our star and was racing toward the outer solar system, giving scientists only a precious few weeks to study it before it vanished forever into the cosmic void. What made this discovery truly groundbreaking wasn't just that Oumuamua came from another star system, it was the first interstellar object ever detected passing through our cosmic neighborhood, opening an entirely new field of astronomy and raising profound questions about what else might be drifting silently through the galaxy, undetected by our current observation methods. Classification challenges. The moment scientists began analyzing Oumuamua's properties in detail, they realized they were dealing with something that defied every classification system developed over centuries of astronomical observation. Initially tagged as Asteroid A/2017 U1 based on preliminary observations, the object quickly demonstrated characteristics that challenged this hasty designation. Unlike typical asteroids which maintain relatively stable brightness patterns as they rotate, Oumuamua's luminosity varied dramatically by a factor of 10 as it tumbled chaotically through space, suggesting an extremely unusual elongated shape that was unprecedented in solar system astronomy. Even more puzzling, despite approaching within 0.25 astronomical units of the Sun, close enough to vaporize surface materials on most comets, it displayed absolutely no coma, tail, or any other signs of outgassing that should accompany such solar heating. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and International Astronomy teams spent months in heated debates, frantically analyzing spectroscopic data and photometric measurements while flip-flopping between asteroid and comet classifications as new observations contradicted previous assumptions. The confusion reached such levels that by 2018, the International Astronomical Union was forced to create an entirely new category, officially designating it 1I/Oumuamua, the 1I indicating the first confirmed interstellar object, and establishing a new nomenclature system for future discoveries. This classification nightmare highlighted how woefully unprepared our taxonomic systems were for objects originating beyond our solar system, forcing the scientific community to acknowledge that Oumuamua might represent a completely unknown class of celestial bodies formed under conditions and processes entirely different from anything occurring within our sun's gravitational influence. Trajectory analysis. When astronomers reverse-engineered Oumuamua's cosmic journey using sophisticated orbital mechanics calculations, they uncovered an epic tale spanning potentially millions of years across the vast emptiness of interstellar space. The comprehensive trajectory analysis performed by international teams at ESA's European Space Operations Center and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory revealed that this interstellar wanderer had been drifting through the galaxy long before our solar system had even settled into its current configuration of planets and orbital resonances. Using precise astrometric measurements from multiple observatories, researchers initially calculated that tracing its path backward pointed toward the direction of Vega in the constellation Lyra, one of the brightest stars in our night sky. However, deeper analysis incorporating proper motion corrections and galactic rotation models revealed a far more complex story that challenged simple origin theories. The object would have needed approximately 600,000 years to travel from Vega's current position to reach our solar system, yet stellar motion calculations proved that Vega wasn't located in that position 600 millennia ago due to the constant movement of stars through galactic space. This startling discovery proved that Oumuamua was a true galactic nomad with no clear stellar home, having wandered through multiple stellar neighborhoods during its cosmic odyssey. Its hyperbolic trajectory, a mathematically defined path that curves around the Sun once before heading back to interstellar space forever, indicated approach speeds of 44 kilometers per second relative to our Sun at perihelion. Unlike the elliptical orbits of comets and asteroids gravitationally bound to our star, Oumuamua possessed more than enough kinetic energy to escape permanently into the cosmic wilderness, never to return to our solar system again. Photometry and shape analysis. The light measurements of Oumuamua revealed, honestly, the most bizarre shape ever recorded for any natural object in our solar system. Photometric observations conducted by observatories all over the globe, including the Very Large Telescope in Chile and Gemini Observatory in Hawaii, showed brightness variations that, well, could only be explained by an extremely elongated form. Scientists calculated that Oumuamua was at least 10 times longer than it was wide, with dimensions roughly 400 meters by 40 meters, kind of resembling a cosmic cigar tumbling end over end through space. Dr. Karen Meach from the University of Hawaii led international teams analyzing these light curves, discovering the object completed one full rotation every 7.3 hours. The extreme aspect ratio was totally unprecedented. No known asteroid or comet even came close to such proportions. Some researchers, including Dr. Shmuel Bieli, proposed it might be even flatter, resembling a cosmic pancake rather than a cigar, which honestly would make it even more unusual. The surface appeared reddish, similar to objects in the outer solar system that have been darkened by cosmic radiation over billions of years. However, Oumuamua reflected only about 4% of incident sunlight, making it darker than charcoal. This combination of extreme elongation, dark surface, and rapid tumbling motion created a unique signature that really challenged existing models of how small bodies form and evolve in space, suggesting formation processes completely unlike anything occurring in our solar system. Acceleration anomaly. The discovery that, honestly, shattered every conventional explanation came when precise tracking revealed Oumuamua was accelerating away from the Sun in ways that just defied physics. Dr. Marco Michelli and his international team published their groundbreaking findings in Nature journal in June 2018, documenting a small but measurable non-gravitational acceleration of approximately 4.92 times 10 to the -6 meters per second squared. This wasn't measurement error. Multiple independent observations confirmed that Oumuamua was actually speeding up as it moved away from our star. For typical comets, acceleration like this makes perfect sense. Frozen gases sublimate near the sun, creating jets that act like tiny rocket engines. However, Oumuamua showed absolutely no signs of this outgassing activity. No visible coma, no tail, no gas emissions detectable by any instrument. The Hubble Space Telescope conducted follow-up observations that confirmed the anomalous motion while ruling out systematic errors or unknown forces. This acceleration was too large to be explained by solar radiation pressure alone, yet too small to be caused by gravitational influences from planets or other bodies. The mystery deepened when scientists realized that whatever was causing this acceleration appeared to be acting continuously and smoothly, rather than in bursts typical of comet outgassing. This unprecedented behavior forced astronomers to consider possibilities they had never seriously contemplated. Either Oumuamua represented a completely unknown type of natural phenomenon or, well, something artificial was responsible for its strange motion through our solar system. Spitzer observations. NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope conducted humanity's final attempt to solve the Oumuamua mystery before the object disappeared forever beyond the reach of Earth's instruments. During November 2017, this infrared observatory pushed its capabilities to the absolute limit, conducting some of the most sensitive thermal measurements ever attempted on such a distant small object. Dr. Davide Farnocchia and his team at JPL analyzed the resulting data, hoping to detect the warm signatures of outgassing that might explain the acceleration anomaly. Instead, Spitzer's observations only deepened the puzzle. The telescope detected virtually no thermal emission from Oumuamua, setting strict upper limits on any dust or gas production. If the object were behaving like a normal comet, even minimal outgassing should have created detectable infrared signatures, as solar heating warmed expelled material. The absence of such emissions meant that if outgassing was responsible for the acceleration, it had to be composed of materials completely invisible to infrared detection. Spitzer's measurements also refined estimates of Oumuamua's size and reflectivity, suggesting it was smaller than initially calculated, possibly only 100 to 200 meters in its longest dimension. This smaller size would actually amplify any outgassing effects, making the lack of detectable emissions even more mysterious. The final Spitzer observations in January 2018 showed Oumuamua continuing its anomalous acceleration while remaining thermally invisible, leading scientists to conclude that conventional comet behavior could not explain this object's properties and motion through our solar system. Artificial origin hypothesis. When every natural explanation failed, Harvard University's Professor Avi Loeb and postdoctoral researcher Shmuel Bialy proposed the unthinkable in a paper published in the Astrophysical Journal Letters in October 2018. They suggested that Oumuamua might actually be artificial, specifically a light sail created by an extraterrestrial civilization. This hypothesis, honestly, elegantly explained the acceleration anomaly. A thin, flat object could be pushed by solar radiation pressure without requiring any outgassing. For this mechanism to work, Oumuamua would need to be incredibly thin, less than 1 millimeter thick, while still maintaining its observed dimensions. Loeb proposed it could be debris from alien technology, possibly millions of years old, just drifting through space like cosmic junk from a long-dead civilization. The light sail hypothesis explained not only the non-gravitational acceleration, but also the object's extreme elongation and its unusual tumbling motion. Dr. Loeb argued that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but, extraordinary evidence also requires extraordinary hypotheses. The scientific establishment reacted with fierce criticism, with many astronomers arguing that invoking alien technology violated Occam's razor, the principle favoring simpler explanations. However, supporters pointed out that dismissing the possibility without proper investigation could actually represent a form of cosmic prejudice. The debate raged across scientific journals and conferences, with researchers split between those demanding more conventional explanations and others willing to consider that humanity had encountered its first piece of alien technology, even if we couldn't definitively prove it. Dark comet theory. Dr. Darryl Seligman from the University of Chicago proposed a revolutionary alternative that really challenged our understanding of comet composition and interstellar chemistry. The dark comet hypothesis, which was published in the Astrophysical Journal back in 2020, suggested that Oumuamua could actually be made mostly of frozen molecular hydrogen. In the extreme cold of interstellar space, where temperatures are around 14 Kelvin, hydrogen can freeze into solid ice that would stay stable for millions of years. As Oumuamua got closer to our sun, this hydrogen ice would sublimate directly into gas, but unlike water vapor or other typical comet materials, hydrogen gas is almost completely invisible to most astronomical instruments. This invisible outgassing could explain the mysterious acceleration, without creating any visible coma or tail. The theory goes on to suggest that Oumuamua formed billions of years ago in a giant molecular cloud. Those vast regions of space where gas and dust come together before forming new stars and planetary systems. These environments could create really unique conditions for hydrogen ice to build up, making objects unlike anything we've seen in our own solar system. Seligman's calculations showed that a hydrogen iceberg about the size of Oumuamua could stay intact during its journey through interstellar space, and provide enough outgassing to explain the observed acceleration. This hypothesis opened up the possibility of an entirely new class of interstellar objects that might be drifting undetected all over the galaxy, basically invisible to our current observation methods, because their outgassing doesn't produce any visible signatures that our telescopes can pick up. Dark comet classification. The implications of the dark comet theory went way beyond just Oumuamua. It could totally revolutionize the way astronomers classify small bodies in space. Researchers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory started developing new classification systems to account for objects that show non-gravitational acceleration, but without any visible activity. Scientists began to propose distinguishing between small dark comets like Oumuamua, which came from interstellar space, and potentially large dark comets that might actually exist within our own solar system, just unrecognized up until now. Dr. Darrell Seligman and his colleagues even identified several objects in the solar system database that showed unexplained acceleration without obvious outgassing, suggesting that dark comets might be way more common than we ever imagined. The new classification parameters included things like thermal emission signatures, spectroscopic properties, and acceleration magnitudes that are really different from what we see with traditional comets and asteroids. This new framework suggested that maybe our telescopes have been missing a whole population of hydrogen-rich objects simply because our detection methods are tuned for water-ice comets and rocky asteroids. The European Space Agency even started to include dark comet detection protocols in their future mission planning, realizing that interstellar visitors could be a lot more common than just the single confirmed case of Oumuamua. Some researchers estimated that if the dark comet hypothesis is correct, the galaxy could have billions of these invisible objects, creating a hidden population of interstellar wanderers that occasionally pass through planetary systems without us even noticing. This whole idea really changes our understanding of how material is distributed across the galaxy, and it suggests that the space between stars could be way more crowded with small bodies than our astronomical models had predicted. Scientific debate. The Oumuamua controversy has basically split the astronomical community into competing camps, each one defending some pretty radically different interpretations of the same data. Team Natural, led by researchers at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center and the European Southern Observatory, insists that conventional physics has to explain the acceleration anomaly, and they propose things like outgassing of common volatiles or internal changes during solar heating. Then there's Team Artificial, led by Harvard's Avi Loeb and backed by researchers from Tel Aviv University, who argue that the light sail hypothesis deserves serious scientific consideration, and shouldn't just be dismissed because people are skeptical about extraterrestrial explanations. Team Dark Comet, centered around researchers at the University of Chicago and Yale University, is pushing the hydrogen iceberg theory and working on ways to detect similar objects. The debate has been going strong in top scientific journals like Nature, Science, and the Astrophysical Journal since 2018, and honestly, each new analysis seems to make the mystery even deeper. Dr. Alan Fitzsimmons from Queen's University Belfast leads the skeptics, saying that these exotic explanations go against scientific principles, while Dr. Abraham Loeb's supporters counter that extraordinary evidence demands extraordinary hypotheses. Recent studies have even found more solar system objects with similar properties, which could support the dark comet classification. The scientific process is working exactly as it should, Competing hypotheses are driving new observations and new theories. Whether Oumuamua was natural, artificial, or something totally unprecedented, it's already changed astronomy by showing that interstellar objects can really challenge our most basic assumptions about the universe, forcing scientists to broaden their frameworks for understanding cosmic phenomena. So, there you have it. Oumuamua is still one of the greatest mysteries in modern astronomy, challenging just about everything we thought we knew about interstellar objects. Whether it was a natural dark comet, alien technology, or something completely unprecedented, this cosmic visitor has forever changed the way we see our place in the universe. What's your theory? Was Oumuamua our first glimpse of extraterrestrial engineering, or does nature still have more surprises up its sleeve? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you're fascinated by these mind-bending space mysteries, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest discoveries from Innovision Tech. Until next time, keep looking up. What if I told you that every single atom in your body was forged inside the nuclear furnace of a dying star billions of years ago? You're literally made of stardust. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, and the oxygen you're breathing right now all came from massive stellar explosions that scattered these elements across the universe. Here's the mind-blowing part. You have more in common with a distant galaxy than you do with the Earth beneath your feet. But did you know there's one element in your body that's even more mysterious than stardust itself? The mysterious detection. What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, there's something out there in the cold darkness of space that's completely rewriting the rules of physics? Voyager's instruments didn't just pick up another space rock drifting through the void, they detected something that made NASA's top scientists question everything they thought they knew about how objects move in space. This wasn't your typical asteroid following a predictable gravitational dance around distant stars. No, this thing was moving with what can only be described as intention, accelerating when it shouldn't, changing direction without any visible force acting upon it, and exhibiting behavior patterns that had the entire scientific community in an uproar. The initial data was so bizarre that Mission Control actually ran multiple system diagnostics, convinced that Voyager's 40-year-old instruments had finally malfunctioned. But every test came back clean, confirming that what they were seeing was real. This object was moving through the cosmic void like it had somewhere to be, following a path that defied our fundamental understanding of celestial mechanics. The movement patterns were so unusual and purposeful that they immediately ruled out every natural explanation in the book, leaving scientists with a terrifying question. If this isn't natural, then what exactly is controlling it? Voyager's incredible journey. 47 years ago, when disco was king and nobody had even heard of the internet, humanity launched what would become the most successful spy mission in history. Except this spy wasn't watching other countries, it was watching the entire universe. Voyager didn't just leave Earth's neighborhood, it became our first ambassador to the cosmos, traveling so far that sunlight takes over 22 hours to reach it, making it literally the most isolated human-made object in existence. This incredible machine has survived cosmic radiation that would fry your smartphone in seconds, temperatures that would freeze nitrogen solid, and the mind-bending emptiness of interstellar space where there's less than 1 atom per cubic centimeter. While you've been living your entire life, going to school, starting careers, maybe even raising families, Voyager has been silently cruising through the void at 38,000 miles per hour, sending back data that has completely revolutionized our understanding of planets, moons, and the very structure of our solar system. It's witnessed the volcanic eruptions on Jupiter's moon Io, discovered new moons around Saturn, and provided the first close-up images of Uranus and Neptune that still blow scientists' minds today. But here's the truly mind-boggling part. Voyager is now so far from home that it's actually swimming through the interstellar medium, the space between star systems where no human-made object has ever ventured before, making every single piece of data it sends back a first-time discovery about regions of space we never dreamed we'd explore. The object's strange behavior. Every law of physics that Isaac Newton wrote down 300 years ago just got thrown out the window by something moving through space like it's playing by completely different rules. This wasn't some predictable space rock following the boring mathematical dance that every other object in the universe performs. This thing was accelerating when it should have been slowing down, turning corners in the vacuum of space where there's literally nothing to push against, and exhibiting movement patterns that made seasoned astrophysicists question their entire careers. The data showed acceleration bursts that couldn't be explained by solar wind, gravitational slingshots, or any other natural force we know about, almost as if the object had its own internal engine firing at will. Even more disturbing, it was changing course with precision that suggested either some form of advanced propulsion system or, and this is what kept scientists awake at night, intelligent control guiding its path through the cosmic void. The movement wasn't random or chaotic like you'd expect from a tumbling asteroid. It was deliberate, calculated, and purposeful in ways that immediately ruled out every natural explanation in our textbooks. When Mission Control plotted its trajectory, they discovered it was following a path that seemed to have specific destinations in mind, accelerating towards certain regions of space while avoiding others, behavior that was so erratic yet intentional that it forced the scientific community to confront a terrifying possibility. What if this object wasn't just moving through space, but was actually being piloted by something with intelligence far beyond our understanding? Ruling out known phenomena. When NASA's brightest minds started crossing items off their cosmic checklist, they realized they were dealing with something that shouldn't exist according to everything we know about space. This wasn't a planet. Planets don't suddenly change direction mid-orbit like they're avoiding traffic. It wasn't an asteroid. Asteroids don't accelerate without being pushed by something, and they certainly don't emit their own energy signatures like this object was doing. Comets were ruled out immediately because there was no tail, no ice sublimation, and no predictable behavior as it moved away from or toward any star. The spectral analysis came back showing a composition that didn't match anything in our extensive databases of space rocks, metals, or ices that we've cataloged over decades of space exploration. Even more puzzling, traditional space debris follows predictable trajectories based on the gravitational influences of nearby celestial bodies, but this object seemed to be completely ignoring the gravitational pull of everything around it, moving as if it was generating its own propulsion system. The energy readings were perhaps the most disturbing part. Natural space objects are essentially dead rocks floating through the void, but this thing was actively producing electromagnetic signatures that pulsed and fluctuated in patterns that suggested either advanced technology or completely unknown natural processes that have somehow escaped our detection for centuries. Every conventional explanation that scientists threw at the data came back negative, leaving them with the uncomfortable realization that they were dealing with something that existed outside the boundaries of known physics and astronomy. The Oumuamua connection. 7 years ago, something visited our solar system that made scientists question everything they thought they knew about interstellar visitors. And now Voyager's discovery is bringing back those same terrifying questions with twice the intensity. Oumuamua, that mysterious cigar-shaped intruder that appeared in 2017, didn't just pass through our cosmic neighborhood. It accelerated away from the sun in ways that completely violated the laws of physics, exhibiting non-gravitational forces that had astronomers scrambling for explanations that never quite added up. The similarities between Oumuamua and this new Voyager detection are so striking that it's impossible to ignore the connection. Both objects moved with purposeful acceleration patterns that couldn't be explained by solar radiation pressure, outgassing, or any other natural phenomenon we understand. What's even more chilling is that both objects seem to follow their own rules, moving through space as if they were equipped with some form of advanced propulsion system that operates on principles we haven't discovered yet. The timing can't be coincidental. First Oumuamua shows up acting like nothing we've ever seen, and now Voyager detects something exhibiting similar impossible behavior in the depths of interstellar space. Some scientists are beginning to wonder if we're dealing with a pattern here. Perhaps multiple objects from the same source, or even a coordinated exploration of our region of the galaxy by intelligences that have mastered interstellar travel. The fact that both objects appeared to be studying or surveying their surroundings while maintaining trajectories that seemed deliberately planned has left researchers with the uncomfortable possibility that we're not just witnessing random cosmic phenomena, but evidence of systematic exploration by something far more advanced than ourselves. Advanced instrument analysis. When a machine that's been traveling through space for nearly half a century suddenly starts screaming warnings about something it's never encountered before, you know you're dealing with something extraordinary. Voyager's sophisticated array of scientific instruments, the same ones that discovered active volcanoes on Jupiter's moons and revealed the true nature of Saturn's rings, all went haywire when this mysterious object passed through their detection range. The plasma wave detector, which measures the electrical activity in space, registered energy patterns that were so unusual they didn't match anything in NASA's massive databases spanning decades of space exploration. The magnetometer, designed to detect magnetic fields from planets and stars, picked up electromagnetic signatures that pulsed and fluctuated in rhythmic patterns that seemed almost like a heartbeat, suggesting either incredibly advanced technology or natural processes that we've somehow missed in all our years of studying the cosmos. Even more disturbing, the cosmic ray detector showed energy readings that defied explanation. This object wasn't just passively drifting through space like every other piece of cosmic debris, it was actively generating its own energy field that interacted with the surrounding interstellar medium in ways that challenged our fundamental understanding of physics. The data streams coming back to Earth were so anomalous that Mission Control initially thought multiple instruments had malfunctioned simultaneously, but repeated diagnostics confirmed that Voyager's systems were working perfectly. Meaning whatever this object was, it was producing energy signatures unlike anything humanity had ever detected in the vast emptiness of space. Scientific theories and debates. The moment this data hit the desks of the world's most brilliant astrophysicists, the scientific community erupted into chaos like nothing seen since Einstein first proposed relativity theory. Emergency conferences were called, peer review processes were fast-tracked, and researchers who had spent their entire careers studying conventional space phenomena suddenly found themselves grappling with evidence that challenged the very foundation of modern astronomy. The theories started flying faster than the object itself. Some scientists proposed it could be a fragment of exotic matter from a neutron star collision, while others suggested it might be a piece of advanced technology that had been drifting through interstellar space for millions of years before Voyager stumbled upon it. The debates became so intense that academic friendships were strained and research teams split into opposing camps, with one faction insisting there had to be a natural explanation we simply hadn't discovered yet, while another group courageously suggested we might be witnessing our first encounter with artificial intelligence from an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Special committees were hastily formed to analyze every byte of data, bringing together experts in fields ranging from theoretical physics to xenobiology, all desperately trying to make sense of readings that seemed to violate everything we thought we knew about how objects behave in the vacuum of space. The scientific method itself was being tested as researchers struggled to apply earthbound logic to phenomena that might originate from intelligences operating under completely different technological principles than anything humanity has ever conceived. Implications for SETI and extraterrestrial life. The moment this discovery reached the offices of SETI researchers, phones started ringing at 3 in the morning and emergency meetings were called that would fundamentally change humanity's approach to searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. For over 6 decades, SETI has been listening to the cosmos with radio telescopes, hoping to catch a whisper of alien communication. But Voyager just handed them something infinitely more significant: potential physical evidence of non-human technology actively moving through our galactic neighborhood. This wasn't just another mysterious radio signal that could be explained away as a pulsar or cosmic background noise. This was a tangible object exhibiting behavior patterns that suggested artificial intelligence or advanced propulsion systems operating in the cold vacuum of interstellar space. The implications are staggering. If this object is indeed of extraterrestrial origin, it represents the first concrete proof that we're not alone in the universe, and that other civilizations have not only survived long enough to develop interstellar travel capabilities, but have actually deployed technology sophisticated enough to navigate the vast distances between star systems. SETI researchers are now scrambling to recalibrate their entire search strategy, shifting from passive listening to active detection of physical objects that might be exploring our region of the galaxy. The discovery has sparked intense debates about whether we should attempt to communicate with or intercept such objects, raising profound questions about humanity's readiness for contact with intelligences that have clearly mastered technologies we can barely comprehend, let alone replicate with our current scientific understanding. The cover-up controversy. What happens when a discovery is so earth-shattering that governments decide the public isn't ready to handle the truth? The unusual secrecy surrounding Voyager's mysterious detection has conspiracy theorists and legitimate researchers asking the same uncomfortable questions about what's really being hidden from us. Unlike typical space discoveries that are immediately shared with the global scientific community, this detection triggered an unprecedented level of classification, with crucial data being locked away in secure facilities and only sanitized versions being released to universities and research institutions. The timing of the information blackout is particularly suspicious. Within hours of the initial detection, multiple government agencies swooped in to take control of the data analysis, citing national security concerns that have never been fully explained to the public. Whistleblowers within NASA have quietly suggested that the object's behavior patterns and energy signatures were so advanced that releasing the full data could cause mass panic or provide hostile nations with insights into propulsion technologies that could revolutionize warfare. Even more disturbing are reports that similar detections have occurred multiple times over the past decade, but have been systematically suppressed to prevent public awareness of what might be ongoing surveillance or exploration of our solar system by non-human intelligences. The cover-up has become so extensive that researchers who attempt to publish papers about the detection find their funding mysteriously cut or their security clearances revoked, creating a chilling effect that has silenced many scientists who might otherwise speak out about what could be the most important discovery in human history. The ongoing investigation. Right now, as you're watching this video, teams of the world's most brilliant scientists are working around the clock in underground facilities, using supercomputers and artificial intelligence systems to decode what might be humanity's first glimpse of extraterrestrial technology in action. The investigation has expanded far beyond NASA's original team, now involving international collaborations between space agencies, military intelligence units, and private research corporations who are all desperately trying to understand what Voyager encountered in the depths of interstellar space. Advanced computer models are running millions of simulations, attempting to reverse engineer the object's movement patterns and energy signatures to determine not just what it is, but where it came from, and whether there might be more of them out there. Radio telescopes across the globe have been quietly redirected to scan the regions where the object was detected, while space-based observatories are being reprogrammed to search for similar anomalies that might have been overlooked in previous data. The most shocking development is the classified planning of future missions specifically designed to intercept and study these mysterious objects if they're detected again, with prototype spacecraft already being developed using experimental propulsion systems that could theoretically match the acceleration patterns Voyager recorded. Intelligence agencies are reportedly analyzing the object's trajectory to determine if it was conducting surveillance of our solar system, while xenobiologists are studying the energy patterns to see if they match any theoretical models of how advanced alien technology might operate, all while maintaining absolute secrecy about their findings. So there you have it, Voyager's incredible discovery that's challenging everything we thought we knew about what's moving through the cosmos. Whether this mysterious object represents our first encounter with extraterrestrial technology, or a completely new type of natural phenomenon, one thing is certain: we're living in the most exciting time in human history for space exploration. What do you think this object could be? Are we witnessing evidence of advanced alien intelligence? Or is there a natural explanation we haven't considered yet? Drop your theories in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your thoughts. If you enjoyed diving into this cosmic mystery, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest discoveries from Innovision Tech. Until next time, keep looking up. The world's most powerful militaries don't just rely on size. They combine technology, strategy, and innovation to dominate on a global scale. Did you know that the United States spends more on its military than the next 10 countries combined? This staggering fact highlights how military power shapes international influence and security. So which countries do you think make the top 10 list of the world's most powerful militaries? Let's dive in and find out. United States. When it comes to military power, one nation stands head and shoulders above the rest: the United States. Its military strength isn't just about numbers. It's about a combination of cutting-edge technology, massive resources, and global reach that few can match. The United States defense budget dwarfs every other country's, fueling advanced weapons systems, stealth aircraft, and a vast network of naval fleets that patrol every ocean. This means the United States can project power anywhere on the planet, responding quickly to crises or conflicts. Beyond sheer firepower, the United States military invests heavily in intelligence, cyber warfare, and space capabilities, ensuring it stays ahead in modern warfare domains. The branches, from the Army and Navy to the Air Force, Marines, and Space Force, work seamlessly together, creating a versatile and adaptive force. Its personnel are highly trained professionals, supported by extensive research and development that constantly pushes the boundaries of military innovation. Whether it's the latest fighter jets, nuclear submarines, or advanced missile defense systems, the United States military sets the standard. This dominance is also backed by strategic alliances like NATO, amplifying its influence worldwide. Simply put, the United States doesn't just have a powerful military, it defines what military power means in the 21st century. China. When discussing rising military giants, China's rapid transformation demands attention. Over the past few decades, China has aggressively modernized its armed forces, turning what was once a primarily manpower-heavy military into a high-tech powerhouse. Its focus isn't just on quantity but quality, developing advanced missile systems, stealth fighters, and a formidable naval fleet that challenges traditional dominance in the Asia-Pacific region. China's expanding navy, including aircraft carriers and submarines, signals its ambition to control vital sea lanes and assert influence far beyond its borders. But it's not just about hardware. China invests heavily in cyber warfare and space capabilities, aiming to dominate future battlefields in new domains. The country's military budget, second only to the United States, fuels this rapid growth and innovation. What makes China particularly formidable is its strategic approach, combining technological advancement with sheer scale, backed by a massive pool of personnel ready to defend its interests. This blend of modernization and manpower creates a military force that's not only powerful but also flexible and increasingly capable of projecting power globally. As China continues to expand its reach, its military evolution reshapes the balance of power, making it a key player on the world stage that no one can afford to ignore. Russia. Few countries evoke as much military mystique and raw power as Russia. Its military strength is deeply rooted in a legacy of vast nuclear arsenals and advanced missile technology that continue to shape global security dynamics. Russia's approach to military power blends traditional might with modern innovation, maintaining one of the largest stockpiles of nuclear weapons in the world. Beyond nuclear capabilities, Russia excels in ground forces equipped with some of the most battle-tested tanks and artillery systems, reflecting decades of experience in diverse terrains and conflicts. Its air force boasts advanced fighter jets and strategic bombers capable of long-range missions, while the Navy operates powerful submarines and surface vessels that secure its interests in key maritime regions. What sets Russia apart is its strategic emphasis on asymmetric warfare, including cyber operations and electronic warfare, designed to disrupt and destabilize opponents without direct confrontation. This multidimensional approach allows Russia to punch well above its weight on the global stage. Despite economic challenges, Russia's defense industry continues to innovate, producing cutting-edge weaponry that rivals Western technology. Its military presence in Eastern Europe and the Arctic underscores its ambition to maintain influence in critical geopolitical hotspots. Simply put, Russia's military power is a complex blend of sheer firepower, strategic innovation, and historical resilience, making it a formidable force that commands respect and caution worldwide. India. When it comes to sheer manpower and growing military influence, India is rapidly emerging as a global powerhouse. With one of the largest active military forces in the world, India combines vast human resources with a strategic push toward modernization. Its defense budget has steadily increased, fueling advancements in missile technology, naval expansion, and cyber warfare capabilities. India's military isn't just about numbers. It's about evolving into a versatile force ready to tackle 21st century challenges. The country's focus on indigenous weapons development and space-based defense systems highlights its ambition to reduce reliance on foreign technology. India's strategic location, bordering several volatile regions, demands a military that's both robust and adaptable. Its experience in high-altitude warfare, counterinsurgency, and peacekeeping operations adds to its operational depth. What makes India's military particularly compelling is its balancing act, maintaining traditional ground strength while aggressively investing in air power, naval assets, and emerging technologies like drones and artificial intelligence. This blend of scale, strategy, and innovation positions India as a key player in global security dynamics. As India continues to expand its military capabilities, it's clear that this nation is not just defending its borders but shaping the future of military power in Asia and beyond. United Kingdom. When considering military forces that punch above their weight, the United Kingdom's armed forces stand out. Despite its relatively smaller size compared to some global giants, the UK military possesses a potent combination of advanced technology, highly trained personnel, and significant global reach. This isn't just about historical legacy, it's about a modern fighting force capable of projecting power and influence across continents. The UK maintains a sophisticated array of assets, including nuclear-powered submarines that form its continuous at-sea deterrent, along with advanced fighter jets and highly versatile naval vessels like its aircraft carriers. Its special forces are renowned worldwide for their elite training and operational effectiveness in complex environments. What truly defines the UK military is its emphasis on professionalism and its pivotal role in international alliances, most notably NATO. This allows it to leverage combined strength and participate in joint operations that extend its capabilities far beyond its national borders. The UK's commitment to defense research and development ensures its forces remain at the cutting edge of military innovation, adapting to new threats and technologies. From cyber warfare to peacekeeping missions, the British Armed Forces remain a highly respected and capable entity on the global stage, demonstrating that true power isn't solely about size, but about strategic depth, training, and technological superiority. France. Few militaries combine versatility and global influence quite like France's armed forces. Known for their ability to operate across diverse environments from deserts to jungles, the French military stands out for its strategic reach and technological sophistication. France is one of the few countries with an independent nuclear deterrent, underscoring its position as a major global power. Its air force operates advanced fighter jets like the Rafale, capable of multi-role missions, while its navy boasts a powerful aircraft carrier and nuclear submarines that extend its influence far beyond Europe. What truly sets France apart is its active role in international peacekeeping and combat operations, often leading missions in Africa and the Middle East. This experience in real-world conflict zones sharpens its military readiness and adaptability. Additionally, France invests heavily in defense innovation, including cyber warfare and drone technology, ensuring it remains at the forefront of modern military capabilities. The French military's blend of tradition, cutting-edge technology, and global engagement makes it a force to be reckoned with. Whether responding to crises or projecting power, France's armed forces demonstrate a unique combination of strength, flexibility, and strategic vision that keeps them among the world's most powerful militaries. Japan. When it comes to military forces that, blend advanced technology with a strong defensive posture, Japan's self-defense forces are truly impressive. Despite constitutional limitations that restrict offensive capabilities, Japan has built one of the most technologically sophisticated militaries in the world. Its focus is heavily on maritime security and missile defense, which is really crucial for protecting its island nation in a volatile region. Japan's navy operates some of the most advanced destroyers and submarines, equipped with cutting-edge sonar and missile systems designed to detect and neutralize threats before they reach its shores. The Air Force fields modern fighter jets like the F-35, enhancing its ability to respond swiftly to any aerial threat. What makes Japan's military particularly unique is its integration of high-tech industrial innovation with defense strategy, supported by strong partnerships with allies, especially the United States. This collaboration, honestly, boosts Japan's deterrence capabilities without violating its pacifist principles. Additionally, Japan invests heavily in emerging technologies such as cyber defense and space surveillance, preparing for future warfare domains. The disciplined, well-trained personnel combined with advanced equipment make Japan's military a formidable guardian of its national security. In a region where tensions can escalate quickly, Japan's self-defense forces stand as a powerful example of how technology, strategy, and diplomacy can combine to create a resilient and effective military force. South Korea. When it comes to military readiness combined with cutting-edge technology, South Korea stands out as a nation that takes its defense very seriously. Facing constant threats from its northern neighbor, South Korea has developed a highly capable and technologically advanced military designed to deter and defend. Mandatory military service ensures a large, well-trained force ready to mobilize quickly, while continuous investment in modern equipment keeps its forces sharp. South Korea's military excels in missile defense systems, advanced fighter jets, and a growing naval fleet that protects its strategic coastlines. The country is also a leader in integrating new technologies like drones, cyber warfare, and electronic warfare into its defense strategy, making it a formidable player in modern conflicts. What makes South Korea's military particularly impressive is its ability to combine mass mobilization with sophisticated technology, creating a balanced and resilient force. Its strong alliance with the United States further enhances its capabilities, providing access to advanced intelligence and joint training exercises. In a region marked by tension and unpredictability, South Korea's military stands as a powerful deterrent and a symbol of national resilience, ready to protect its sovereignty with both strength and innovation. Germany. When it comes to European military powerhouses, Germany's armed forces play a crucial role on the continent and within NATO. Known for their precision, discipline, and advanced technology, the German military combines high-tech equipment with strong logistical capabilities, making it a backbone of European defense. Germany invests heavily in modernizing its army, air force, and navy, focusing on interoperability with allied forces to ensure seamless cooperation during joint missions. Its army fields state-of-the-art tanks and armored vehicles, while the air force operates advanced multi-role fighters and transport aircraft. The German Navy, though smaller than some, is equipped with sophisticated submarines and frigates designed for both defense and international operations. What truly distinguishes Germany's military is its emphasis on technology and efficiency, backed by a robust defense industry that produces cutting-edge weaponry and systems. Germany also plays a leading role in peacekeeping and humanitarian missions worldwide, showcasing its commitment to global security beyond traditional warfare. Its strategic location in Europe means that Germany's military is not only defending its own borders, but also contributing to the stability of the entire region. With a focus on innovation, training, and alliance building, Germany's armed forces remain a vital and respected element of the world's most powerful militaries. Turkey. When thinking about militaries that combine size, strategic location, and growing technological prowess, Turkey's armed forces are impossible to overlook. Positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, Turkey wields significant influence both regionally and globally. Its military is one of the largest in NATO, boasting a well-trained and experienced force that has been actively engaged in various operations, from counter-terrorism to peacekeeping missions. Turkey's defense industry has rapidly expanded, producing indigenous drones, armored vehicles, and missile systems that have gained international recognition. This domestic innovation allows Turkey to reduce dependence on foreign suppliers and tailor its military capabilities to specific strategic needs. The Turkish military's versatility is evident in its ability to conduct complex operations across diverse terrains, from mountainous borders to urban environments. Its strategic location also means Turkey plays a vital role in controlling key maritime routes and land corridors, enhancing its geopolitical significance. Moreover, Turkey's investment in cyber warfare and electronic warfare capabilities shows a forward-thinking approach to modern conflict. Combining a large, motivated force with cutting-edge technology and strategic positioning, Turkey's military continues to grow in power and influence, making it a formidable player on the global stage that demands attention and respect. The world's most powerful militaries don't just rely on size. They combine technology, strategy, and innovation to dominate on a global scale. Did you know that the United States spends more on its military than the next 10 countries combined? This staggering fact highlights how military power shapes international influence and security. So which countries do you think make the top 10 list of the world's most powerful militaries? Let's dive in and find out.